when Nelson Mandela walks out of Robben Island prison after 27 years with so much magnanimity and graciousness and forgiveness, he says, "You can put my body in prison, but you cannot imprison my spirit." And that's really true for all of us. And so a piece of gratitude or gratefulness is even the gratefulness like we heard from that passage that the Tibetans will say, "Grant me enough suffering or enough difficulty, pray for it, that I might have that which I need to really awaken compassion, to truly open my heart." So that difficulties, anybody not have them? You have your money back, right? You have praise and blame and gain and loss and pleasure and pain and fame and disrepute and joy and sorrow and birth and death. It's sort of the ticket you get when you get the ride for human incarnation. And so it's not a mistake that you have 10,000 joys and 10,000 sorrows, as it says in the Tao. What do you do with those? How do you respond? And the difficulties sometimes become the place that burnish the heart, is another kind of poetic language. That somehow the spirit actually grows as strong through the difficulties and the losses and the grief and the adversity. And I remember talking about gratitude at Spirit Rock, and a man stood up and he said, "At first it was really terrible. My son and his wife have become addicted to methamphetamines. They become meth addicts. And so we had to take care of their kids, and we thought, like, this is the worst possible thing that could have happened. Their lives fell apart." He said, "And then I started to do gratitude practice, and I realized I get to have these grandchildren a lot. My son and my daughter-in-law, who I thought their lives were over, are now beginning treatment. I hope that it works. And with it, they're going to turn their lives around, I hope." And he began to talk about the things that even in something that seemed very painful and dispiriting and awful in a lot of ways, he said, there are things that have come through this. We are closer, he said, than we've been in decades. You know, since my son left home, we now, even in the struggle, we now have a kind of intimacy that we haven't had for a long time. And he started to list the things that had grown out of that. And it was kind of extraordinary to hear him say it.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful example for the fact that what you are really grateful for is always opportunity. And there are many things for which you cannot be grateful, but you can be grateful in every moment, like these people. They couldn't be grateful for the fact that their children were addicts and all the rest, but in that very moment, they can be grateful for the opportunity that this gives them. As Bob said, you look for the opportunity. You look for the opportunity, and then you avail yourself of that opportunity.
And the people that we often admire, like the Nobel Peace Laureates of Aung San Suu Kyi or the Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela and so forth, are ones who've actually passed through some profound adversity, as many of you may have, and somehow that allowed a different spirit to shine.
Yes, again, gratefulness, I would say, made them fearless, because gratefulness makes you fearless. Gratefulness unites you with all other people, and you don't have to fear anything or anyone. You are grateful for it. You trust life.